you doing?
Hey, who's over there?
Oh, just a guy watching the beaver dam.
Well, take a good look, because this dam's gonna be gone.
You're gonna blow up the dam? This is a problem? Let me come over.
I don't know. This is official government business.
Damn official government business.
I'm David May, born in Scotland. Since I moved to Canada more than 30 years ago, I'm under a spell, possessed by the beaver. Canada's national emblem haunts me.
Excuse me. Thank you. There we go. I'll come stand at the front here and then you'll all be able to see me. Excuse me, sir. There we go. You've picked a wonderful day to come to Parliament. My name is Ashley and I'd like to welcome everyone here, not only to Parliament Hill, but more specifically to the Centre Block building. I think we're ready to start our tour.
Will we see any beavers today?
We will be seeing or trying to see some representations of beaver here in our building.
It's Canada's national animal. The beaver? She said beaver. Where is it? Oh, there's a beaver hat. See the guy with the tall hat? That's a beaver hat.
You've seen the House of Commons before on television. The actual room might look a little bit smaller than you had expected. It does look a little bit smaller.
And the beaver became Canada's national symbol in 1975 when Trudeau was the Prime Minister.
Oh, wow.
There is one beaver.
Oh,
Up there.
right there.
It's a little bit dusty.
Are there any more beavers anywhere I can see?
Not inside, but I can show you one outside.
Oh, thank you.
If you just step back a little bit more and then take a look up here. How's that one right up there?
Now you're talking beaver. And it's even higher than the lion and the unicorn.
Exactly.
Which is nice.
I like to think that I lead a normal life. Day after day I sit in my office, writing my lines as a public affairs officer for Alberta Environment. My work has earned me some peace in suburbia, where I do my duty as a part-time dad.
Can you reach there?
Yeah.
You.
Okay, it's okay. Oh, you got it.
But you know what? It's going to be too low down.
Mario, for God's sake, turn the music down!
Right.
That's
So I don't know if you probably were too young to remember this, but there was a time in our family when I was not allowed to mention the word beaver.
Isn't that kind of harsh?
Well, I mean, you had to be there to understand how I ate, slept, and lived. Nothing but every book I was reading, every movie I saw, everywhere I walked, and
I think it, like, I don't know if I remember lots, but I think the bits I do remember is, like, I heard more about the beaver than I heard about you.
Well, the beaver's important. It's important to your dad, it's important to a lot of people, particularly important to me. So you guys probably know more about beavers than most kids.
And that's something to be proud of.
You know, some people collect stamps, some people, I don't know.
But they don't
Windsor.
devote their life to it, and that's the only thing.
Well,
they do.
that's not true. Some people do. You've had a writer's block, right?
Yeah.
Well, Dad got it. After years and years of professional writing, I wrote for newspapers, I wrote for magazines, and I never ever once failed to make a deadline. Until I tried to write the Beaver book. I kept some of the notebooks, and it's horrible to look at them because I'd write, and then like this. I'd write 5 pages and score them all out. I'd tear them up.
It's because you had such an obsession, and you could think you could do more and more and more when you can't just keep following it. If it pushes other people away from you, then you have to at some point stop.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that would be dangerous. There's no point in my being 90 years of age and still bumbling on about the beaver. People would just think I was crazy.
So?
But it's not achieving anything.
Einstein was crazy.
But he achieved something.
So? He could achieve something.
Who knows? Sometimes I wonder if
Well, then
coming
it
to
could be
terms with a beaver is just something that one day you go, I am a beaverman. That's it.
That's the rock on which I saw my first ever real live Canadian beaver. And it was big. We're not talking small, we're talking a big, right on that rock. But remember, although this was a very important moment in the whole business of the beaver thing for Dad, all that beaver stuff goes way back to Scotland, when I was your age, actually, with the Beaver Patrol.
I was a Boy Scout in my homeland, not far from the west coast of Scotland, doing good deeds as the leader of the Beaver Patrol. I was taught that the furry rodent is my guide to becoming a better human being. But why the beaver? My old scoutmaster might know.
Jim Menzies. David May. How are you, sir?
I'm well.
Patrol leader, Beaver Patrol, 1st ORI, 55th Ayrshire. Do you remember?
Absolutely right.
What else do we
Yes.
remember?
I can remember you well.
Let's have a seat. So one of the things that always puzzled me was to end up as the patrol leader of the Beaver Patrol in this wonderful country of Scotland, where, alas, there hasn't been a beaver in somewhere between 500 and 600 years.
I found it strange that someday a group of boys should pick the beaver, it having been extinct, and where they got the idea of the beaver from, I don't know. Maybe books, maybe comics,
Yeah.
maybe school.
But it was
Who knows?
before, not only my time, it was before your time too.
Yeah, that's right.
And one of the other nice coincidences that exists between this wonderful animal, the beaver, and yourself. You were a hydraulic engineer. The beaver's wonderful
Yes.
skills were shared with,
That's
with
right.
you too.
Yes, both of us involved in dam building, and of course the beaver is a very good dam builder. A very good dam builder.
Did you ever build any dams around here?
Yes, indeed.
Whereabouts?
On the Largs Kilbirnie Road. This is my dam, and it is an earth dam with a spillway at the far end and a control tower in the middle there.
So this is what the beaver would build out of sticks?
That is right.
That's over there, control?
At the other end.
That would be the spillway
Yes,
they got?
that's it.
This is his pond, right?
That's
How
it.
deep?
60 feet, about.
That's a good sized beaver pond. Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
earth.
It's earth dam. Yes.
Same as the beaver would do.
Yeah.
A few sticks, a little bit of concrete.
Uh-huh.
Right.
It's all there.
Wow, you're a good hydraulic
It's all
engineer,
there.
man. An honorary beaver. That's great.
Already as a teenager in Dalry, I struggled with my belief in Christianity. In the ordinariness of everyday life, I hoped for a miracle. If only I were patient enough, something somewhere would show up. And I really tried to believe in God. For this, I even went to church, twice on Sundays.
Of course, this church is about 1870, built the third church on a site of 1604. We've got the Scout colours up there with British Legion 2. You maybe carried that one, I don't know. But, there we are, and the organ there, and the choir where you sat and sang, presumably melodiously.
Yeah, it would have been about here.
Memories. Happy memories, I hope.
Yeah, I remember this well. This
What's
is
that?
something special that I would very much like to give to you for the wonderful work that you've done on behalf, not only of Scouting, but for
Thank you.
yours truly.
Thank you.
You'll recognise our friend,
Uh-huh. Oh, yes, indeed.
the beaver.
Yes, indeed.
Pleasure, Jim.
Okay.
All the very best to you and yours.
Thank you.
Good Beaver News leads my journey to Edinburgh, the capital of Scotland. After wiping out my animal 500 years ago, the Scots now want it back. Finally, the beaver has torn down the walls around their Scottish hearts. Some cute rodents imported from Norway? Wouldn't that be cool?
So the important thing is to make sure that we introduce this beastie, you see, back to Scotland.
Beautiful. Oh, yeah.
So we have drawn up these displays, so when we go out to different parts of Scotland, we can give people some idea of what the animal looks like, the sort of environment it lives in other parts of Europe.
What caused the extinction of the creature originally, then?
Well, you see, for a Canadian audience, you'd probably say, well, it was hunted out because of its fur, but that's not the case here at all. It had two glands, both the male and the female, called the castorium.
Yeah.
And they were very important in natural medicines, but more particularly in, I think, in the perfume business.
Can be made into perfume. I had one highly unsuccessful attempt where I cut it, mixed it, dabbed it on, went to the local bar. I emptied the bar.
And I can understand why. If I gave this to a woman I'd liked, she would think I'd gone totally crazy.
Born in Scotland, it gives me some pride that the beaver will colonise my country again. But I have my doubts that it'll work. Scots are tree huggers. There will be outraged letters to the Times when they realise that the little guy with the yellow teeth has cut down beloved friends. On the other hand, what would it be like from a beaver perspective? Time to test the waters. I've always loved snorkeling. Makes me feel closer to my animal. Oh yes, Scotland could be beaver paradise, if only my friend behaves himself. The Scot is an unforgiving creature. Since I lived in North America, native culture has been a preoccupation of mine. The playful way the Aboriginal North Americans look at things, their understanding of the world, has always inspired me to learn more about myself. So I'm pinning all my hopes on a meeting with a medicine man from northern Alberta. The respected Cree elder has promised to make me understand the beaver.
Can you see the yellow house away over there, Ryan?
Yeah.
See if you can spot Russell, maybe see the kids. Better get the little guy off the road, somebody's coming. Come here. I think we'll just call him Russell. I don't think he's a Mr. Willier. Hi, Russell. Oh, hi, how are you? Good to see you. Russell Willier? Yeah, David. And have you met Ilarion? This is Russell and Ilarion. And this is Raya. So we get together, finally. Two beavermen.
That's right. Now we have to show the people how to respect the beaver.
Yeah. I'll drink to that.
It looks like I've found a soulmate in Russell. On his farm I can sense a harmonious connection between all living creatures, including the dead. How I wish to be part of this again. What has happened to my life in all these years of beaver research? Hopefully Russell can help me sort it out.
This here represents everything I've been able to learn about the beaver from Europe. And
lots of paperwork.
But this is
you got to go right with nature if you want to learn more, not just with paperwork.
Yeah. The amazing thing in Europe was, for all the stuff that's been written, how little they really did know about the animal. One of the last records in Europe of castoreum as medicine. Proved remedy for earache, headaches, tumours of the liver. Look at this. Cure your memory.
Wow.
Well, the Europeans may not have known a lot about beaver medicine, but one thing that Hippocrates, the Greek doctor, did know was about its use in childbirth.
Oh.
So, now, is that a common thing? Like,
yeah.
Do your people have a tradition of its use
yeah.
too?
Let's say out in the bush, then they use a lot of this for painkillers, and then they would drink this.
What do you use it for mainly nowadays?
Well, we use it for headaches, toothaches, earaches. See, on a toothache, you just cut this out and you put it right inside the toothache, right on the hole. We use it for cancer. Scientifically, we can't explain, but what happens is the cancer quits growing. It stops.
Wow,
so they don't... we use it for different things, eh?
How extensive?
When we asked the beaver spirit to assist with this.
So the beaver spirit is also involved in the cure of cancer.
Yeah.
And that's this.
You ever trap one?
Yeah, I did.
In your dream?
No, not in my dreams, in reality. And I must admit, it was after trapping a beaver, along with someone else who was a trapper, a real trapper. About a week and a half later, the nightmare began. I became the animal that was caught. I became the thing that was in the jaws of the trap. The difference was, of course, that I got to escape when I woke up. I think. I feel like the beaver has chosen me to pay for the sins of mankind.
There's something I could help you with?
Yeah, well, this is amazing. I didn't realize there were any stores left like this.
No, there's a few of us left.
So the bottom's not fallen out of the fur market after all, eh?
Over the last couple of years, it's began to improve a little bit.
What caused it to crash in the first place?
I tend to think it's the antes. You know, there's different ways of looking at it. You think that somebody may, you know, throw paint on you or whatever. Makes you nervous.
What about beavers?
The beaver market's strong for the good, heavy winter shearing stuff. I'm taking December, January kind of beaver, very strong right now. Here's some of the traditional beaver hats. You've probably seen them a million times. So.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's the modern technology, if you will. High fashion, manufactured in Canada. The guard hairs have all been sheared off, and then they've made beaver yarn and knit it. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, it's warm, it's soft.
It's like sticking your hand in a bucket of flour. Essentially, it doesn't even look like fur.
Incredible product. And made in Canada.
Yeah, made in Canada.
Yeah.
For sure.
Beautiful product.
This is a typical beaver trap. This is kind of the new method of trapping beaver. It's referred to as a 2001-11.
This is a fairly recent model.
This is as modern as it gets, yeah. Manufactured in Canada. And you can see the extra killing bar that's added to here.
That could be a deterrent for a trapper. This thing could take a hand off.
There are safety methods to use. You're obviously wearing mitts because it's going to be cold out. But if you set this trap here and you get your thumb caught in it, you're going to want a product that is actually on the market. This is actually manufactured in Canada as well. And what it's designed for is to stick kind of through the button of your coat. And it just runs down in through the eyes of the conibear. And again, normally on the big one. Yeah. And you just push up on it, and that relieves the pressure, and you can get your thumb out.
Yeah.
No problem at
Third
all.
hand.
So to say that they're worried about getting hurt, I tend to think no. It's just, you know, Canadians are noted to be a little more passive, and at the same time recognize the fact that humane trapping is a must. I mean, we're in the modern day, and we're now manufacturing traps that are humane.
Yeah.
The idea behind humane trapping is to combine the human right to kill an animal with the animal's right to die fast. In the name of progress, Neil Jotham has become a worldwide expert in testing the living for the welfare of the dying.
Thank you. Right.
So the Fur Institute of Canada decided in 1983, 1984 to build this facility. It's a very extensive facility in order to improve the efficiency and the humaneness of trapping systems. So this is where we have a set of TV monitors which can be controlled by the technician, which are connected to infrared cameras out in test pens, in the test pens, which we will go and visit. We have an example of a beaver. This is set up so that the trap does not completely fire onto the animal,
Right.
but we can then tell from these approach studies whether in fact these frames are going to strike the animal in a proper location for a proper humane kill.
Do some ever escape?
No, they never escape from here. If they do not die within a certain period of time, it is euthanized. Well, now you're going through what we call a holding area for all of the different animals.
And this one's got a pond.
This one has a pond, and this would be one of the pens that we use for testing beaver traps. And a beaver, as you well know, David, is very comfortable wherever there is water.
That's what happens to the beaver?
Well, that's what happens to the beaver, and in fact...
what does that represent?
The tube really represents something that helps us not to destroy the little accelerometers and so forth on there.
Mustn't destroy those.
So, David, in here is where everything all comes together of all the things they've seen so far. And I'd like to introduce you to Michelle, who is our project leader and is responsible for this part of our program as well.
All this data gets put into this database, which we then use to develop the computer simulation models. And these models have saved us significant money, as well as significantly reduced the number of animals required for testing.
Nobody in the world has done as much as we have in Canada to try and find ways to improve the welfare of animals that are trapped. We hope that we're doing a good job.
Unlike the Fur Institute, the research at the Veterinary College in Guelph, Ontario, is based on the examination of the dead for the welfare of the living. This scientist specializes in testicles, like these ones, from a bull.
Hello.
Ken Fisher?
Indeed. You must be David, the Beaverman.
Aye.
David, I'd shake hands with you, but under the circumstances, it's probably wiser to do something like that.
Ken, you're the man who discovered something very fascinating about the sex life of Canada's national animal.
We did indeed.
Do you want to talk to me a little bit about
I'd
that?
love to talk to you about it. We've
Great.
got a skeleton right over here of a beaver.
Wonderful.
So that's Castor canadensis that we're looking at here. It's quite an art to put these things back together again after cleaning them all up.
So let's move to your research. Which area of the animal are we looking at?
My area would be right in here.
Okay. And this
We're
is...
interested in the genitalia internal of these animals.
And what does it look like?
Well, I got one right here.
Okay.
So this is the tract of one of our males.
All right.
So this is the bladder.
Okay.
Here's the testicle. And the odd part, and the reason that it got red flagged, is this thing sitting here in the middle. I know you're not an anatomist, but that is a uterus.
Wow.
Males are not supposed to have uteruses.
No, I can
In
understand
humans,
that.
that'd be a cause of infertility, that'd be a cause of probably urination problems. We were surprised to find these things in the Canadian beaver because they seem to be doing pretty well in the country these days.
Your research now, where is it at?
Unfortunately, we had to stop this research about a year and a half ago. Ran out of funds, ran out of students that were interested in doing the work because of the
This is
nomenclature.
amazing. You know,
I think so,
Canada's
too.
national animal
Yeah.
is a bit of both. You know lots about the beaver, Russell.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Including how to call it.
We have to, yeah, we'll call them.
And one of those amazing things, I just heard the scientists in Guelph have discovered that it's got a uterus and testicles.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that?
Oh yeah, we knew that.
Who knew
Oh,
that?
yeah. My dad and grandfather. Yeah.
That's a known fact, that the
It's a known
beaver
fact,
has
yeah.
both characteristics.
And then Mother Nature doesn't really know which way he's going on some of them. Eh?
Well, you've got a bag of stuff there that should attract them. So, we're going to go down to the edge and lay it down. Whereabouts do you think?
Got to put the scent over this side because blowing that way, eh? But when he'll come out and he'll smell it, then he'll wonder what's going on. It's a different smell than theirs, eh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's quite the scent.
Put it here.
Okay.
It'll get picked up. And you can have some more closer to the water. Like that. See, and then, as long as we know where we're going to pick it up from. Watch it. We go step on this one. Out there, we'll get some when he comes out. Can't see us. Okay, your turn. Try it. Try calling Getting there.
The next day, we take a family trip to Russell's teepee in the bush. While our kids watch Mission Impossible on DVD, the medicine man shows me how to skin a beaver.
No real money in that,
No. See, that fat is good for the kids' energy. That's what they used to say. They've got to have that beaver fat in the spring. See this here, these guys will pick it up.
Our eagle friends, yeah.
They'll eat this, they'll be happy to eat it. That's the fine stew meat right there.
My old friend, the beaver. Snacks, anybody? Snacks? I think I've got a bit of a beaver problem. It's an odd thing, you know, like I spent all these years in a sort of a beaver hunt.
Uh-huh.
And I think somehow now it's beginning to hunt me. I think it's reversed.
Yeah, I would spend 4 days, give it to the spiritual world, and ask the Great Spirit for his guidance. And this beaver helper should step in and put you online where you're supposed to be. You can do it in the water. I've had elders tell me that they were tied up in the water, up to their chest. Their legs, their feet are tied, pegged down. So same thing with their arms like this. And the water is up to here. The beavers are swimming around. Finally, said they took their spirit with them into their home. That's what I'd advise somebody, like come in with that problem, if it's a bear or if it's a buffalo. They will try to communicate you.
Find out for once and for all if this beaver is really my animal.
Right.
One thing's for sure, before I'm prepared to stand in water for 4 days, I'd rather try to solve my beaver problem on my own, with a trip to Rome. Based on my book research, I travel back in time, trying to make contact with ancient beaver wisdom.
Il Tempio di Castore. Tempio di Castore. Io so che c'è un tempietto qua dietro. Ah, grazie.
Temple of Castor. You speak English?
Si.
Si. Do you know what this is? This is the Temple of Castor. Do you know what Castor is?
Castor, no.
Wait a minute, you don't sound Italian. You're Canadian, right?
Canadian.
Are you?
Yes.
And you don't know what Castor is? This is the temple to Castor. Castor is the name for the beaver.
Beaver?
Yeah, before
yes.
all this stuff was built here,
Right.
and all, thousands of years ago, this was one big beaver pond.
A beaver pond?
Yeah. Yeah,
Really?
and even when this was being built, over there was a pond at one time. Castor is beaver. The Romans were worshipping beavers and didn't know it 2,500 years ago.
I worship beavers too.
Just great.
The wonderful beaver cult was destroyed by the rise of the Catholic Church. Here, in the heart of Christianity, I have to face my demons.
Mr. David May?
That's it.
Oh, it's a pleasure meeting you. My name is Enrico.
Oh,
I'm your driver here for Today for Rome. Okay? This is the van over here.
Okay. So you're a true Roman, eh?
Yes.
Born here?
Yes.
And a good Christian.
Good Christian, yes.
This is what I believe. The oldest man in Canada lived to be 116 years old. 116. Until he was 98. Every day he drank a mixture of
this
castoreum and Scotch whiskey.
Yeah, it's incredible.
My favorite drink is Scotch whiskey.
Now, this wall here leads right into the Vatican City, and it runs right into the Vatican City. Look how long the Vatican is. It's right to the end. It's fantastic because this is the biggest church in the world. It's called San Pietro. All right, San Pietro was also the first pope. All the statues that you see the statues on the top. They represent saints. 148 saints, 278 columns.
So, this is it? This is the center of Christianity?
Yes. This is St. Peter's right here. There's millions and millions of people that come here all over the world.
Poor fools.
Just to see this.
Crazy fools.
Why?
The cult of Castor was still in operation into the 4th century AD.
Yeah, I know what a castle is.
That's why they had to build these big things.
No.
This morning,
I'm
explain.
Catholic. What are you talking about?
You know?
What do you think, that the beaver is much more important?
You bet.
The Castro is much more important
It always was.
than Catholic?
It always
No,
was.
no. The Vatican controls the world.
2,000 years of
forget
pure
that.
superstition.
Don't forget that.
Exactly.
It can't
And
be
they
more
control-
important
they
than the
control
beaver.
your thinking.
No,
This
what are you
here-
talking about? No,
Mind
listen,
control.
I'm Catholic,
Mind
so
control.
I cannot believe what
You
you're
believe
saying.
in the beaver,
No,
man.
I cannot
Believe in
what
Castor.
you're saying.
I'll convince you. So back there at St. Peter's, we got pretty mad.
Yeah, well, I've never been so red in my face like this.
What is it that angers you about what I was doing?
I'm angry because you can't say something like that to me.
About what?
About the beaver being more important than the Vatican. You believe in the Bible?
No.
You don't believe in the Bible?
No.
Everything is written in the Bible.
Let's go
Everything. Everything is in the Bible.
Everything you read?
Everything that is written in the Bible. And everything is true.
Sorry.
And it doesn't talk about a beaver, believe me. What's this beaver? I don't know.
You believe in a soul.
Of course I believe in a soul.
Describe a soul to me.
My soul is in the interior of me. What I have inside.
And what you think I have inside
Okay.
me?
A beaver. The way that you're talking about, you think you have a beaver.
Exactly.
Okay?
I will be
A
reunited.
beaver soul.
I will be reunited with the beaver.
With the beaver. So you're going to be a beaver. You're going to be one day.
The beaver is my soul.
This is not... No. Look at this guy. He died for you. He died for the whole population. How can a beaver be much more important than Jesus?
I believe similarly, and I know...
All right. No, please, don't take that out. What are they?
If you like
Balls? What are they?
Brings you health.
Look at the smell of it.
People will pray to this as powerful medicine.
I'm sorry to say it, but I think you're a little bit crazy.
It's funny, I feel saner than I ever have before.
Yeah, but to me it's all makeup. Something's gone wrong.
Rome has been a nice intellectual dispute, but not the solution. I have to talk to Russell again. The Medicine Man's people from Sucker Creek Reserve are organizing a protest teepee camp in front of the local band office. For good spirits, Russell has donated a pig.
should be pretty well cooked.
I don't think it went out with a smile on its face.
It didn't have a smile because it didn't have an apple, eh?
Maybe that's what it's waiting for. Give it an apple. Well, thanks for having us around. We're going off to call Beaver now.
Phone call away, yeah. Come on, Beaver, hurry up. You got no time here to waste. Why, he should come out any time now. I'll pretend I want to walk up there. Come back. Give him a break, eh?
We had the wind right, we had the scent in the right place, and you start to develop that odd notion that the beaver's just been contrary. Just plain contrary.
Come on, Beaver. Hurry up. 45 after 9. Get out.
Yeah, I see him.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, the fresh working was he?
He's coming. Get down. Yes, he's out there. It's a duck.
Again, the beaver call has been a flop. Now there's only one way left to connect with my animal, the vision quest. For this, I want to be well prepared.
Good fire.
Hi. Russell. How are you? Block there for you.
I've come to ask you something. I've got this teepee back in the city. Had it for years now, but I've never painted it. I've been waiting for an opportunity to talk to someone who knows about that. Now, I hope that I'm bringing the right things here, the tobacco and the prints. And so I'd like to offer that. Would I invite any bad energy towards me if I paint
No.
a teepee?
No.
Because remember, I'm from Glasgow, right? Which is not a well-known Aboriginal tribe.
What you'll do is you'll go camp in a teepee. Doesn't have to be that one, but what is your heart and mind want, and asking the grandfather's guidance and the Great Spirit's guidance. See how you can paint that teepee. So you might have a dream walk into a teepee, and you'll see all these designs, whatever it may be, and all of a sudden, it is your teepee. Yeah, these things take place, eh?
Yeah.
And then it might not be that night, but it will be in the near future that you will see some teepee standing up in your dream, and you'll quick, hey, there it is.
So if the beaver's going to be on my teepee, the beaver knows this, and the beaver spirit's coming.
The beaver will say, well, let him use my features, stuff like that. So.
Sounds like a great idea.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hi, hi.
How did I get into this? I just asked for some designer tips. Now everything is up to me. The painting has become part of my quest. What if I fail?
Well, so there you are. Now
Dry.
you're camping here tonight.
Yeah.
And have your dream. Very good. They'll know that you're sincere about it, and that's what counts. A lot of times, like I said, you will get a vision how you're supposed to paint it. You know, they're looking at you. They might give you a very good description how to paint your teepee, and it'll be done.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Hi. What are you building there, David?
Oh, painting the teepee.
It looks nice. You gonna paint animals on it too? Or?
No.
No.
That's not in the dream.
Not in the.
Yeah. So with some instruction from an elder, I've done some dreaming, come up with this design of the teepee.
Oh. Oh, just whatever comes into your mind, sort of, you put a.
Yeah, as part
or
of the
try
dreaming,
and put in there. Yeah.
That's what you've got to do. You got to get focused on what it's going to look like. So, I've chosen my colours really carefully as a result of the dreaming. And I'm going to be taking the painted teepee up to Swan Hills next weekend.
Oh yeah.
And going on my vision quest. It's my attempt to connect with the spirit of the beaver. See if they can get a bit of communication going between the animal and myself.
Kind of figure out how they think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Help me with my thinking too, I hope. It's a two-way street.
That should be interesting.
Oh, sure. Some people have got dogs.
Yeah.
And I've got beavers.
That's good. That's, well, these guys here, you got to sit and concentrate a bit, and then you get to know what they're thinking too. So.
That's right.
Yeah.
The only problem, Les, is we're starting to get some pretty bizarre-looking clouds. You can see yourself over there.
Ooh,
I don't think it's going to stay dry much longer. I think I'm going to have to get back to it.
Okay.
Finished. Catch you later. All the best.
Some people doubt that I'm obsessed with beavers. They think I'm just a guy going through his midlife crisis. I don't care now. Never in my life have I felt so certain that I'm doing the right thing. So finally I've arrived in the heartland of the beaver. I'm barely aware of things around me. Reality beyond the center of my being has become a blur. My trust in Russell has grown to the point where I can give myself over into his hands.
Round and round as she goes.
Yeah, where she stops, we better know it. Gonna be a big teepee.
This is a big teepee.
That's how big it is. Look. So, with your instructions, Russell, I did my dreaming. And this is what I came up with. Gemini, Castor and Pollux are the twin gods. Castor, the beaver god that they put up in the sky without even realizing that it was a beaver at all. So that was the good dreaming. But of course, as I came closer to this vision quest, I also had some of the nightmares, as we call them. The not so good dreaming. It was a very interesting nightmare. I was convinced when I woke up in the morning that in fact I was dead. It was the most unusual feeling to be between the two worlds. What's happening there?
Oh, they probably didn't want you to go any further than where you're at.
Huh.
Yeah, and usually the stoppers are in between, eh?
Is that right?
Yeah.
This is part of the psychic struggle then?
Right, so when you go through the sweat lodge, then we'll make a big difference.
That's going to get it, eh?
Yeah, well, they'll back off and let you go through the doors, eh?
All these stones will be heated for the sweat? Does Russell want my brains to cook? I can only hope he knows what he's doing.
When you die, when you quit breathing, your little heart quits pumping. You go to the other dimension. Believe in it, open our hearts to it, and ask the Great Spirit for his help. And the grandfathers, for sure, to go up there and talk for us.
All your dad's life, he's believed that through his mind, if you could strengthen your mind, become smarter, that would be the road that would lead him to, well, success or something like that. But what I learned inside was there was a disconnect between my heart and my mind. The road between the two was closed. And that's why I've not been able to resolve this thing, you know. At one point it's a book, but it's more than a book. It's a connection between your mind and your heart. And without that, you're only half a human. Doesn't matter how smart you are if your heart isn't connected. In the past, some elders have died during this kind of quest. But I can't step back now. Not that I want to play the heel, but this is my chance to get my life in order. The water is bloody cold, a lot colder than I could imagine. In just an hour, I go from nearly fainting in the heat of the sweat lodge to this terrible cold. I allow myself to be tied in the water, but I'm not afraid. Looking into the water, I feel like a two-headed creature with no body. It can take days until the beaver spirit is prepared to invite me into its lodge. Doesn't matter anymore. Time is of no importance. At the deepest level, I'm confronted with my true being. To be honest, I didn't meet the beaver. But somehow, it looks like I found myself. Which is not a bad thing, after all.
I have something here I'm going to add on. Can you find a bird with hearts in their feathers? There's your heart upside down. Hold it the other way.
Yeah, right.
It's not colored by humans. It's nature. It's the bird itself.
And it's definitely in Alberta.
It's in Alberta?
Definitely.
Where do you think I go?